Vedanta Swamin iti namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhobhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयति गिरिं यत्कृपा तमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरं परमानन्दमाधवम्. Hare Krishna. If you see, 6 chapters, the chapter based on which our daily Bhagavad Gita Rasamalayam is currently going on. So currently, whatever is going on is based on the 6th chapter. Okay, so there will be some verses which would have definitely we would have heard it recently. But anyway, we will go on. Yes, so this is our first shloka for today. This is the 6th chapter, verse number 6, which states, Bandhuratmatmanastasya yenatmaivatmanajjitah anatmanastu shatrutve vartetatmaiva shatruvat. Hari Hari. Translation. For him who has conquered the mind is the best of friends. But for one who has failed to do so, his mind will remain the greatest enemy. So I very recently spoke about this in the Gita Rasamalayam, but still this is something which is very, very important, because I go to any program, the first question that comes to me always is, Prabhuji, Guruji, Swamiji, whatever they address me, Maharajji, how to control the mind? Man ko kis tarike se control kare? This is a perennial problem. How to control the mind? Yes, this is the question. So everybody asks about mind. How many of you travel by cabs? Okay, you travel by cabs, right? Now suppose you come to Pune. Yes, you come to Pune. How many of you like to come to Pune? Those who are not staying, definitely to meet us. Yeah, I can see all your eagerness. Very nice. Thank you. Please come. We'll be very, very happy to welcome you at our Bhakti Yoga Club. So coming to Pune, you come there and you tell the taxi, Ola cab, Uber cab, whatever. You tell them that please take us to Bhakti Yoga Club Kharadi. We want to go to BYC. Yeah, there is one more BYC, which is there in Vishal Nagar. There is also a very beautiful place. Yeah, correct. So that is in the west of Pune, and BYC Kharadi is in the east of Pune, right? You can definitely go there for darshan, but we will not meet. Yes, so that's what will happen. So you go to the other side, that's what would happen. So then you come here. So the person says, hum chhod denge aapko, we will take you. And you're going. But as you're going, as per the Google Maps, you're supposed to reach your destination. If you're from the airport, you will reach in 10 minutes. And if you're coming from the station, you'll reach in 25 minutes. Both are close for us. But it's been last 1.5 hours. It's really getting dark. And sunsan bhi ho raha hai. Nobody is around. You're not able to see any vehicles. He's taking you into the interior route. What is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of this? Can any one of you tell me what is the meaning of this? What do you mean by this? Yes. Bataiye. Have you disabled chat? I hope not. Yes. Wrong route, kidnap, misguide, danger, we're being cheated. Google Map problem. No. Kill, wrong motive, start panicking. So what is the first thing that you're all going to do? Pehli you're drunk. That's even better. Drunk, you sat behind a drunk driver. Dal mein kuch kala hai. Fear. But what would you practically do? What will you do immediately? Ask him. Ask him, he may show you something else. Call 100, cops, call police or message. Ask cab to stop. रोकिए, रोक दीजिए भैया, रोक दीजिए, रोक दीजिए. Run. Call BYC. Chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hit him. Scream. Pray. Okay, you all have. So one thing is, you will realize that you're not in the right. As soon as you realize, you need to immediately act, and based on all of your strengths and instincts, you will quickly act. Instincts is those times, na? Instinct will give you a very nice idea. So instantly bhago, BHAG, bhag, or else give him one shot, pat kare maar ke bhag jao wahan se. Something we have to do, otherwise we are in trouble. We understand that, correct? Similarly, we need to understand that even our mind is like that cab. So when I have never booked a cab for myself. I always get a call from the driver, and they inform every time कि हमने जो है कैब बुक किया है, वहां पे एक साफरन में जो है एक स्वामी जी होंगे, उनको आपको पिकअप करना है. So they also, Ram Ram Swami ji, like that they call. आप किधर है? हम इधर आ गए हैं. I'll say you can identify me very easily in public place. कुछ नहीं, ज्यादा नहीं लगता. You can easily identify me, and they are the ones who call me. But normally when you book a cab, I'm now booked. So then you need to give your you need to give a destination, right? You need to give a destination where I wish to go. So similarly, each one of us have our destination. And what is our destination? Type. It's been very interactive, so nice. Please type, what's our destination? Yes, back home, back to God and Golok Dham, to reach Krishna. Exactly. That's our destination. We are supposed to be heading there. Lekin, if the cab is taking you somewhere else, some other route, some other direction, and you're not seeing Krishna anywhere, what does that mean? Kidnap, hijack, kill, murder. And that is what the mind does to all of us. Such a mind is not man. Such a mind is called dushman. What is that mind called? Dushman. Ye man nahi hai, kaun hai? Dushman hai. So now you understand? That mind which takes you away from Krishna is called dushman. And that particular mind who takes you towards Krishna is called Suman. And Suman is our best friend. On the other hand, Dushman is our worst enemy. And our mind can take us to Krishna only if the mind is trained to be controlled. When you train the mind. On the other hand, a mind that is not trained, you don't train a mind, then that mind will definitely take you to Maya, wrong direction, where Maya Devi is waiting. You have seen that? She's sharpening her saw. Aa gaya. 1, 2, 3, cut! Finished. That's what will happen to us, right? So we should not go in the wrong direction. So sense gratification, meat eating, gambling, intoxication, illicit sex, breaking these 4 regulative principles. It's like going to Maya to get slaughtered. The 4 regulative principles have to be followed. Dyutam panam striya shuna yatra adharmas chaturvida. The Shastras teach that meat eating, gambling, intoxication, illicit sex, these are 4 pillars of very sinful life. They are that if your mind is taking you there, that mind is dushman. On the other hand, the mind is taking you to Krishna, that is Suman, dost. And Krishna Leela, I would like to speak a Krishna Leela if you all allow. You would like to hear? नहीं लग रहा enthusiasm उतना, ठीक है, नहीं बताता हूँ. We'll go next sloka. Next sloka, okay, sure. Okay, Hari Bol, yes, boliye Prabhu ji. Fine, Prabhu, please. All right. So one day, Krishna was playing along with his group of friends. At that point of time, Kamsa had sent Kamsa was wondering, Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna. Who is this Krishna? This fellow has killed everybody. जो भी मेरे friend जाते हैं, कोई वापस आता नहीं. Yad gatva na nivartante tad dhama paramam mama. Very true. That's what Krishna says. Anyone who goes to Vrindavan never comes back. वही हुआ है जो शास्त्र में बोला था. I used to say many demons. So many of them went to kill Krishna, but nobody came back. वापस कोई नहीं आया. लेकिन इस बार कौन जाएगा? Who will be there? Who can get me that Krishna? Who can get me the head of that Krishna? कौन है वो? So suddenly he gets a suggestion. Maharaj, get your most lethal weapon. Kaun hai? Vyomasur. So Vyomasur comes. So Vyomasur is a bat. Cricket bat name, that bird bat. So Vyomasur takes the form of bat. So all right, Vyom, you go there. So Vyomasur comes in the form of a Gopa friend. Gopa friend, very, very innocent. And Krishna looks at him and he takes the form of one of his friends called Prabodh. Yes. He says, Prabodh, you are not well today, na? You did not come to play. Hey, Krishna, I was missing you so much. What will I do at home? So I came. Okay, Prabodh. So today we are playing the game of police and lamb. Okay. And there will be also thief. So the thieves have to steal the lambs and take them away. On the other hand, the police have to guard them. That is the game. So then Prabodh says, Krishna, Krishna, tell na, what should I be, Krishna? What should I be? Tell me, tell na, Krishna, tell na. And Krishna says, all right, Prabodh, you become a thief. This foolish boy has made my work very easy. बहुत आसान कर दिया मेरा काम. अभी देखो. Now the lambs have to know that the lion has come. शेर आ गया, अभी देखते हैं. So like that he was preparing, and one by one, what does Vyomasur do? That is very important. Abhi, now comes our lesson. He takes one Gopa friend and goes and puts them in a cage, in a cave. One by one, he takes all the Gopa friends away from Krishna and puts them in the cave. So Acharyas explain that Vyomasur means mind. That particular mind who takes you away from Krishna. Bhagwan se dur leke jane wala man. So that mind which takes you away from Krishna is called Vyomasur. Vyomasur. So whenever our mind is taking us away from Krishna, we should understand that is what? Vyomasur. Wahi Vyomasur hai, Dushta Vyom, that bat. And what does Krishna do? Krishna versus Vyomasur. Very interesting match. So they both had a great fight. And finally, Krishna wins. And all the Gopa friends of Krishna who were there inside the cave, they all are screaming, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So they chant very loudly. And then what happens? Then Krishna comes and personally rescues all his Gopa friends and brings them out of the cage. So we are all like those Gopa friends who were trapped inside the cave by Vyomasur, who is Dushman. On the other hand, the only way we can come out of this effect of Vyomasur is by chanting the holy name of Krishna, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And by chanting of this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one more thing that happens is our Dushman becomes Suman, our best of friend. Yes. So the Dushman or dost jo hai, bahar nahi hai, andar hi hai. This is what we need to understand. Something from a philosophical aspect. Let's quickly see. Yeah. So Atma indicates everything. Atma indicates senses, Atma indicates the mind, Atma indicates intelligence, Atma indicates the soul. Atma also indicates the body. So mind control is the central point of yoga. There is no question of yoga without mind control. Yes. So we also discussed the importance of training mind today, and why should we train and in what principles we should train our mind. We discussed. And the best way to disentangle the mind is to always remain engaged in Krishna consciousness, especially in chanting the holy name of the Lord. Next sloka. A very practical sloka again. 6th chapter, 17th verse. Yuktahara viharasya yukta cheshtasa karmasu yukta swapnavabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkha. Translation. He who is regulated in his habits of eating, sleeping, recreation, and work can mitigate all material pains by practicing the system of yoga. All right. You first, so before the shloka, Lord Krishna teaches a principle. He says that either one who eats too much or eats too little, sleeps too much or sleeps too little, cannot practice yoga. So for the purpose of yoga, if you really want to be successful in yoga, the one thing that we have to do is we need to strike a balance. And now balancing is something that is really a challenge. because balancing requires sattva guna. Without sattva guna, we cannot strike a balance in anything. So thus it's very, very important to strike a balance, and that is why it is said yukta ahar, yukta vihar, yukta cheshta, yukta swapna. So everything is yukta, regulated practice of Krishna consciousness. So what is the first thing? First thing that one has to do? Regulate one's diet, eating. So what is regulation of eating? What do you understand from this? Regulating eating. Yukta ahar. Yes, control tongue, exactly. Take only prasadam. No meat eating, no outside food, only sattvic food. Eating Krishna prasad, exactly. Eat to live, not live to eat. Exactly. Perfect. No junk foods. Eat Krishna prasad. Onion, garlic, tea, coffee to be avoided. Correct. I'll tell you something more apart from this. See, after how many of you experienced a burp when you after you eat or when you eat? Good. You're all conscious people. बहुत लोग बोलते हैं गुरुजी मेरे को डकार आती नहीं आती है. It does come. That's a system how our body is made. We are supposed to get a burp. That burp indicates that 50% of our stomach is full. Correct? That burp indicates that 50% of our stomach is full. Abhi. Our stomach should be filled 50% with food, 25% with water, and 25% with air. This is how a stomach should be filled. हम लोग क्या करते हैं? What do we do? Yes. We fill 100% stomach with food, don't drink water, and thus there is no possibility of air. Yes, Tripti Dakar. Thank you. Correct. So it is very important that we regulate our diet like that. And whatever things fill up our 50% of stomach, that's our ideal diet. First burp comes, ideally we should be stopping there. Otherwise our body burp, second, third, fourth, बोल रहा है अरे पेट बोल रहा है बस करो यार प्लीज स्टॉप टंग बोल रहा है बस एक और वन मोर प्लीज 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 पेट बोल रहा है नहीं मेरे से नहीं होगा टंग सेज नो वन मोर प्लीज दिल मांगे मोर प्लीज that's what happens. There's a tug of war. So if this the first thing that happens, if we take care of our eating, automatically there is a eating or sleeping में बहुत बड़ा connection है. You know what's the connection? You eat more, you sleep a lot. Empty stomach also create burps. Correct. And what is that? वो acid का burp है. Acids. The acids, the gastric juices that are secreted. उसको उससे भर जाता है stomach. Then that burp is created. That is not good. That's not good. You should keep empty stomach. You can definitely after this. Ideally, many people are trying to follow this practice of now eating 2 hours before we sleep. After 2 hours before you sleep, you shouldn't eat anything. There's a big connection. 50% should be nutrition only, na Prabhuji? Yes, it should be Krishna conscious, nutritious prasad. Correct. Very right. Your mind takes 20 minutes to process whether you're full. Yeah. If there's a doubt, khana hai ki nahi khana hai, better not to eat. That is better. Some don't drink water after food. It's all right. We shouldn't. Ideally, half an hour we shouldn't. It dilutes all the juices. They get diluted. We shouldn't drink for half an hour. But you can drink little during the food. During the food, it's good. It has a very good peristaltic movement. Okay. On Ekadashi, I took upas of not drinking or eating anything. Is it also bad? No, spiritually it's not bad. Ekadashi ideally should be nirjal, but not everybody has capacity to do nirjal in Kali Yuga. Correct? No, that's why we have sajal, drink some water, safal, eat some fruits, and then otherwise निर्लज नहीं करना बस निर्लज एकादशी निर्जल कर सकते हैं निर्लज एकादशी नहीं करनी है Yes, eat only when hungry. We can fix our diets and eat as per that. So it all depends on body. If somebody is kapha body, kapha pravritti, they can fast nicely. उनमें fast करने की बहुत क्षमता होती है. Somebody has pitta body. Yes, pitta. Then that person cannot fast much. In fact, that person will require food after every 2 hours. कुछ ना कुछ लगता है उनको. So depending on your body, you should do your tapasya, right? The purpose of tapasya is to come closer to Krishna. Upavas means what? Upa means to come near. Vas means to stay. So upavas means to stay close to Krishna. If your upavas is making you to stay close to bed, you're only sleeping and not focusing, staying near Krishna, then what is the use of upavas? There's no use. Eat only after sunrise and before sunset. Good standard, Madhurish. Very nice. Which food should you eat on Ekadashi? Fruits. You can eat fruits. You can drink milk. How can we find our body's kapha or pitta? Ayurvedic doctor. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Your questions will be taken later. I'm just reading the comments which I'm asking. The personal questions I'll take later. Again, come back. Ahar. Ahar bahut ho gaya. Ahar is very important because ahar decides first. Ahara shuddhau sattva shuddhi. Sattva suddha dhruva smriti. Smriti labde sarva grantinam vipramokshana. Very important. So our whole existence depends on ahar. That's why Krishna has mentioned so much about ahar. Then second is vihara. Vihara is what? Vihara is recreation. Recreation means PUBG, Counter-Strike. These are all not recreations. Recreation should be very healthy. If you want recreation, come dance in Kirtan. We can go for swimming. We can do yoga. We can take a walk. We can go for jogging. These are all very healthy recreations. That's very nice. Exercising. Very good. Only Krishna related recreation. Correct. Yes, there are so many online Kirtan sessions which go on. You can remain posted. Stay tuned with our updates. It is there. Yes, pranayam, sab karte rahiye. So these are all healthy recreations. We should not have unhealthy. Unhealthy recreations means this digital recreation. No, especially the games and play that we do online. That is all very unhealthy. So we should take care that some of you have addiction of these habits. We should reduce and make it nil. Another recreation people have nowadays is social media. So much of Insta and all. Correct? So this is something we have to take care. Third is yukta cheshtasya karmashu. Yes, one should be regulated even in one's work. Yes, even the work that we do, we should be regulated. It's ideal not to bring home work and not to take home to work. Yes, when we are at home, we should remain with our home. When we are at work, we should remain with work. We should not mix the two things or take the two things in either places. So it's very, very important that we do regulated work. Work only during the working hours, not after that. We should take care. What are the working hours? We should finish our work that time only. In working hours, we should not get distracted. That is one practical tip we can learn. And if your eating is regulated, your sleeping also will be regulated. You have always observed this. If eating is regulated, sleeping definitely will be regulated. If one is sleeping too much, the only reason is one is eating too much. If one eats too much, you will sleep too much. That's what will happen. So regulate your eating accordingly. I'll take more questions, Suman Prabhu. And if you do this, what happens? Yogo bhavati dukkha. If you follow this verse properly, you will be without miseries. Yogo bhavati dukkha. Dukkha. Dukkha means no more dukkha. So you will not have any bodily problems. And if you don't have any bodily problems, you can do bhakti very nicely. Yes, you will be able to nicely do Krishna consciousness. Another practical verse coming up. Now, this section has been really, really amazing. This is one of my best chapters, 6th chapter. And see, 4 things, just to tell all of you. Of course, itna sab kuch nahi khana hai. Don't eat this much. If by God, 3 kachoris, 6 gulab jamuns. I will request Parshuram Bro to change the pictures. My God, this is deceptive. Yes, itna nahi. All right. See, this fellow is happily working. He's not frustrated because he's working in the right proportion. Recreation. Swimming is very good. When I go sometimes. Sleeping, yes. Okay, ulta nahi sona. Don't sleep ulta like this guy. I'll ask him to change the picture. Sleep always on the left. Vyama kukshi. You can sleep towards on the left side or you sleep on your back. If you sleep on your stomach, a lot of toxins develop. Never sleep on your stomach. It's not good. And we don't sleep on the right side also because the stomach is on the other side. Sleeping left is good. You sleep left, karate bhi nahi aayenge. So I've always seen, after sometimes I've got the fortune to uh, stay with my guru when he's about to take rest, put his bed to massage, and then leave. I've seen he always goes to on the left side. That's how they take rest. Good rest, you'll get very good rest. Of course, I tried. मेरे को नहीं, मेरे को back में जमता है. Whatever works for you. Anyways. So then you will have very good regulated body, very nice spiritual life. Now, a very, very important question. Many of them ask me this question every time. Ki Prabhuji, we chant to control the mind. But while chanting, the mind goes away. What to do, Prabhuji? क्या करना चाहिए? Yeah? This. ये करना चाहिए. यतो यतो निश्चलति मनश्चञ्चलमस्थिरं ततस्ततो नियम्येतत् आत्मन्येव वशं नयेत्. So what is it saying? This Loka says, the translation is as follows. From wherever the mind wanders due to its flickering and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self. Yes. What is the nature of mind? So I often tell this. Very simple. Zyada kuch nahi karna. Mind means wandering. Mind is like a child who doesn't like to sit in one place. The child will always go from one place to another place to third place to out of the home. भागते रहता है, cannot stay in one place. That's the nature of a child. इधर उधर भागना. Exactly, Yogesh Prabhu, like a monkey. Like a monkey. That is the nature of mind. Mind cannot remain in one place. Remaining fixed in one place, silently, calmly, ये मन की फितरत नहीं है. This is not how a man is. So what to do? Even when you are especially sitting down in one place and chanting, lot of things come, lot of thoughts comes. You may remember your household chores. You may remember what आज का planning करते हैं. What will I do after this? You want to make your itinerary. You want to make your schedule. You want to remember your previous days. All instances come to mind. Or old movies that we have seen, those come to mind. Favorite songs come to mind. Bollywood songs come to mind. सब कुछ ये chanting के वक्त ही होता है. You know why? क्योंकि चैंटिंग के टाइम पे साफ सफाई का टाइम है. दिस इज अ टाइम फॉर साफ सफाई. वी आर क्लीनिंग द प्लेस. धूल कब उड़ती है? When is the time when the dust explodes? When the time the dust, if you see a room from a distance, looks very clean from a distance, but when you actually sweep the floor, you actually broom, तब पता लगता है कि कितना dirt है, कितनी गंदगी है. So chanting time is a cleansing time, and because we are cleansing our system, that is why this is the time when things are coming out. But that is not the time to focus on the anarthas. That is the time to focus on the artha, and the artha is the holy name. So yato nischalati, whenever and whenever nischalati, this flickering of mana, chanchalam astiram. So mana chalati, gone. One mind is gone. Chanchalam means to go from one place. Lakshmi is called chanchala. Why? Because she goes from one pocket to another pocket. पैसा चला जाता है. आज किसका तो कल किसी और का. Yes, chanchalam astiram, unsteady. So whenever this happens, tatastato niyamyetad, make a point. Atmanyeva vasham ned. As soon as you realize your mind is gone, get it back. Wapis leke aao. This is a challenge. This is a struggle and fighting. Bro, chanting is very easy. Yes. If you're not chanting, it's very easy. Or if you're not chanting properly, it's very easy. But if you're truly trying to chant in a proper spirit, you're truly trying to, there's a struggle, a constant struggle to chant properly, you'll understand. Itna aasan nahi hai jitna dikhta hai. First time when we heard the solution to all your problems is to simply chant this Hare Krishna Maha mantra, I was like, bas, itna easy, itna simple. But when I actually sat down to chant the Hare Krishna Maha mantra, pata laga, baap re, ये तो आसान नहीं है. This is not easy. It's not as easy as it looks. Like even from a distance. How many of you seen a karate dojo? Okay, from a distance. That means all of them practicing chokuzuki. Practicing the punches. You seen? So how many of you have studied karate? Is there anyone karate studied? Okay, Chinmoyi. Hey, Rahul, Rajmani Prabhu, you really, you studied. Very good. So from a distance, we see a karate dojo. Having this, अरे क्या पागलपन है, hey, इससे थोड़ी फाइटिंग आती है, तो मैं भी कर सकता हूँ. What is the big deal? But no, there are many salient points in that. Yes, to name a few, I just telling you, just for knowledge sake. There is a factor of hitting on the central line. There's a central line factor we have to take care. Number one. Number two, the swinging of the wrists at the right moment. Number three, swinging of the hips at the right moment. Number four, the breathing. You have to, when you're striking, that is the time you have to exhale out all your hair. Your air has to be exhaled. Another point is the sound. The sound, right? It exerts all the energy. The sound is also very important. That's why they shout. It gives the energy out. Like that. So it comes out. So a lot of things. अरे नहीं बाबा, चैंपियन वगैरह नहीं था, थोड़ा सीखा है. I've learned a bit. I'm not a champion, etc. Right? So this is what we understand. So there are so many, from a distance, things look simple. But when you study the science behind it, you understand it's not easy. That's why even the chanting looks very simple from a distance. But one who is an actual chanter will understand that there are so much of complexities and integrities involved in chanting. So we all have to make it a point that we bring back the mind. We don't let the mind say, oh, Hare Krishna, बढ़िया movie चल रही है, अरे so nice, Hare Ram, so chanting भी चल रहा है. But so don't chant your thoughts. Don't chant your thoughts. You have to chant Hare Krishna, chant the Maha mantra, hear the Maha mantra. But people are really saying Hare Krishna, wonderful movie, yeah, so nice, amazing. No, that is not chanting. Then there won't be any purification. The purification happens when you bring your mind back and you chant. So some quick tips for good chanting. Number one, focus on one mantra at a time. Forget the mantras which were chanted before. Forget it. Forget the mantras which we are going to chant in future. Hare 15 mala baki. Come on, let it go. Focus on that one mantra at a time in the present tense. And our goal is to hear that one mantra. Just that one mantra, nothing else. Number one. Number two, focus on the chanting of Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare पे थोड़ा ज़्यादा जोर दीजिए. It becomes very easy to chant. Number three, sit straight. Sit straight with the word. If you're sitting straight as possible, you may swing. You may definitely swing if you wish to. You may shake, nod your head. There's no problem, but keep your back straight. It's very easy to keep your mind in your control if you're sitting straight. You slouch, you're gone. You'll definitely sleep. The best way to sleep in chanting is to slouch like this. Get your body close, then you'll sleep. You extend your body, you cannot sleep. So take care of this factor. Some quick tips for chanting. And thank you very much. Hare Krishna. All right, so here our class ends, but as promised, Deen Bandhu Bhaiya ki story to batani hai. Okay, so I'll tell you now the story of Deen Bandhu Bhaiya. So, once there was a boy called Muni Kumar. So this Muni Kumar was a young boy who was a son of a very great devotee of Lord. So Muni Kumar's mother would very wonderfully tell a lot of pastimes and stories of Lord Krishna to Muni Kumar. And Muni Kumar grew up. He kept growing. And finally, what happened was he started going to school. So from his home to school, they had to travel through a dense forest. So every time his mother, he didn't have a father, so his mother would escort him from home to school. And she would always be there in the school to get him back to home. And that's how Muni Kumar's life would go on, right? One day, his mother fell sick. Yes, she fell sick. And Muni Kumar had to go alone through the jungle. And Muni Kumar was worried. He was wondering, come on, now how will I go alone to school? I'm a small boy. I'm a tiny tot. I feel very afraid. I feel afraid of the jungle. I'm scared. So how is it that I will go through the jungle? So he asked his mother, Mother, you're sick, you cannot come with me. How will I go through jungle? So mother said, remember, I have told you about so many things about Krishna. Yes. So he's your Deen Bandhu Bhaiya. He's your Deen Bandhu Bhaiya, your elder brother. So he's there in the forest. You just call for Deen Bandhu Bhaiya. You call him like that, he'll come. And he will take you across the jungle. Now children, very innocent. So he went to the jungle and called Deen Bandhu Bhaiya, and Krishna came. So he would hold his hand and he took Muni Kumar across. And again, when he has to come back, Deen Bandhu Bhaiya, he would call and Krishna would get him back. So like that, it happened. Mother was not feeling well. So she was sick for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, and the same thing happened. The fourth day was the day of Guru Purnima. Yes, and on the day of Guru Purnima, actually, everybody, all the disciples, they make very elaborate preparations for their Guru, and they get it and offer it to the spiritual master. So Muni Kumar, his mother could not make any elaborate preparation. She was very, very sick. So Muni Kumar did not know what to do. So he went to Deen Bandhu Bhaiya and he told Deen Bandhu Bhaiya, today is my Guru's Guru Purnima celebration in my Gurukul, and I don't have anything to give Guru. Deen Bandhu Bhaiya said, okay, you take this. So he gave him a small bowl of kheer, sweet rice. He gave it to Guru, to give it to Guru. So he told Muni Kumar, you go and give this small vessel of sweet rice to your spiritual master, to your Guru. So Muni Kumar went. All students had got very, very elaborate preparations of rice and curries and dals and sweets and sabjis. So many things were there. And Muni Kumar just came with one bowl. So all the disciples were shocked. What is this? You only brought this much for Guru? And Guru was also saying, that's it. See, the love that the disciple has for the Guru is determined by how many items you bring. You just brought one bowl. Kya? And then Guru told, okay. He called his senior most disciple, transfer this into another vessel. Itna sa hai, just transfer it. And the disciple took this particular vessel, small vessel, and he was transferring. And it was not ending. Kheer was endless. So ek khatam ho gaya bartan. Dusra bartan. Transferring. It was not ending at all. So Gurudev, you see this? No matter how many other vessels, I am able to fill unlimited vessels. This is some divya vessel. It's a very special vessel. Then Guru called. Guru also saw, yeah, it's something divine. The kheer is not getting over at all. So he called Muni Kumar and asked him, hey, who gave you this? Kisne diya? He said, my Deen Bandhu Bhaiya. Deen Bandhu Bhaiya? But as per your admission form, I see that there is no Bhaiya you have. No, he said, I have Bhaiya. Deen Bhaiya. Then he asked, how your Deen Bandhu Bhaiya looks? He said, my Deen Bandhu Bhaiya is blue in color. He has peacock feather. He wears Peet Vastra. He carries a flute. And Guru remembers, I read in scriptures. But God is impersonal. Bhagwan jo hai, wo jyoti hai, nirakar jyoti hai. How this person is telling something like this? How is he worshipping some form made of Maya? Okay. So he said, Guru tells, now you're going back to your home. Can you take me also? I also want to see your Deen Bandhu Bhaiya. You're all right. I will take. I call, he'll come. All right. Okay, fine. So then on the way back, Guru was now following his disciple. He told disciple, shh, I will be back and I will hide behind the bushes and I'll try to see if I'm able to see someone. And then Muni Kumar starts calling for his Deen Bandhu Bhaiya, but Deen Bandhu Bhaiya is not coming. So he calls very, very severely, very intensely. He calls, Deen Bandhu Bhaiya, you always come, but you're not coming now. Please come. Guru is watching all the while. What is this? Doesn't come. Then finally, the Muni Kumar hears a sound. And he tells that I will definitely come every time you want me to come because you're my devotee's son. You're the son of my devotee. But today you're calling me to give my darshan to your Guru, but your Guru is a Mayavadi. He has no faith in my name, fame, qualities, and pastimes. And I never appear in front of a Mayavadi. That time Guru thinks, oh, but he hears the sound. Oh, yes. Even Shankaracharya said the same thing. He told, Shankara says that Brahman is Paratattva and Narayana is Paratparatattva. He remembers some teachings like that. And then he also feels very repentant at heart that I unnecessarily doubted the name, fame, quality, and pastime of my Guru, my Lord till now. I will never again do it. Then he goes and he falls at the feet of Muni Kumar and says, Muni Kumar, I am not your guru. You are my guru. You please request your Dinbandhu Bhaiya to please appear and give darshan to this foolish, ignorant person. Please do that. And then when he requests, when Muni Kumar requests Dinbandhu Bhaiya and Dinbandhu Bhaiya as Krishna, Sham Sundar Krishna, gives darshan to this guru. And from that on, he becomes a devotee who regularly chants the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for the wonderful story and the practical tips on chanting and fitness and how to control our mind. So, Prabhuji, can we take some questions?
Definitely, definitely.
So, first question is from Chinmay Goswami. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. How
Hare
to
Rama.
deal with invitations from close relatives and friends?
Invitations.
Yes.
Okay, if you get invitations for parties,
Yeah.
etc., right? Definitely go, give gift, and have another appointment immediately. Oh, we really have to go now. Please excuse us. We'll go. अरे कुछ तो खा के जाइए आप जो है. You should eat something. Okay, some juice. Thank you. Bye. That's what I used to do before. Also, they all know. I don't take anything outside.
Thank you, Prabhuji. The next question is from Chandrasekhar ji.
Yes.
When we ask our children to do bhakti, they say that when we were in their age, then why we haven't done the bhakti? So we say that it is our ignorance about the deep facts of life.
Yes, you can. One day I'll meet your children. Yes, they must be my age. We'll talk.
Thank you, Prabhuji. The next question is from Saurabh ji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I had an argument right now with my mom who recently went to Alandi. She says that in Alandi Mandir they offer food with onion and garlic, also to Mauli. Is this true?
I normally don't go to Alandi. I go to Juhu, Dehu. Maybe because what happens is Jnaneshwar Maharaj is a pure saint. He's a very pure soul. Eknath Maharaj, Namdev Maharaj, Jnaneshwar Maharaj, Tukaram Maharaj. These are very pure saints of Maharashtra. 4 saints, great saints we call them. So the followers down the line, they may not be practicing so rigidly because unfortunately there's lack of shiksha. Like how we have teachings, such beautiful teachings from Gita, Bhagavatam, there is Krishna shiksha. When Krishna shiksha is heavily compromised, then what happens? You will see no youngsters. How many of you are below 35 here? How many of you are there? See, how many youngsters are there in our forum? So many. So why these youngsters have come? Because these people, especially the youngsters, below 30, of course, below 40 is also youngsters. I'm young, they also say, yes. But especially below 35, we are able to attract so many people. Why? Because we're giving shiksha. So when Krishna shiksha is given like this, the youngsters will also come to attend. Otherwise, normally satsang, they had called me for one satsang once. Yes. So in that satsang, I had gone. They told Swamiji, aapko thoda kirtan karna, pravachan karna. The average age of the people in the satsang was 70. They were all in 70s. So I asked, where are your kids and their kids? वो लोग किधर है? हाँ, उनको सबको interest नहीं है. They are not interested. They're not interested because you never taught them. There's no shiksha. Yeah, that's very important. So unfortunately, because of that, the principles have become so downtrodden. Yeah, they eat gutka also, some of them. Gutka, chai. So nobody educates.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. The next question is from Suman Mondalji. How to regulate during work from home?
Definitely. See, you have a plan to follow. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Definitely. We are all in the work from home situation only, and I am mostly work from home. So we should have a very concrete plan of how we are planning to engage in Krishna consciousness. What are our working hours? What are our hours to sleep? Everything should be put on paper and be regulated. What is there? Regulation is possible everywhere. It's all the mind that you have to regulate.
Thank you, Prabhuji. The next question is from Nikhil Jadavji. What should be the speed of our chanting?
Speed of our chanting should be initially, if you're beginners, less than 1 year in Krishna consciousness, it would take 7 to 8 minutes to chant. And once you have crossed more than some 3 4 years, you can chant in 6.6 to 6.5 minutes. But ideally, our goal is to hear the mantra. So I complete my rounds from is between 6 to 6.5 minutes. I complete one round. That's a good speed. But our goal is to hear the chanting. Our goal is not to set world records of being the fastest chanter ever who lived.
Thank you, Prabhuji. The next question is from Sumanji again. Prabhuji, should we chant while we are at some relative's house?
If you get, yeah, why not? We can chant. You can tell, you can inform that we are doing puja. We do some puja regularly. और आप पूजा करते हैं तो हमारा meditation का time है. So you should use those words which they'll appreciate. You are doing yoga. You can say I'm doing meditation. You can use the words like I'm going to open my third eye, whatever, whatever they like. जो उनको अच्छा लगता है ना वो यूज करके you can do your chanting. Definitely. Or you can say I'm doing transcendental meditation. ऐसा कुछ करके जो वो appreciate करेंगे वो बोल दो.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Next question is from Deepti ji. What if I get along with my parents to the party? They are not devotees.
Okay. Definitely, it will be difficult to be Krishna conscious in such an environment. It will be difficult. Especially you take care of what you hear and what you eat. Input devices have to be savdhan. Associate with quote good relatives. Like to hear about Krishna consciousness.
The next question is from Sai Venkatji.
Yeah.
How many times we should chant the Maha mantra?
Yes. Oh, you should. If you chant 108 times, it becomes one round.
How many times we should chant the Maha?
108 mantras is one round, and like that we can start with one round. If you're a beginner, start with one round. Okay, last question. Prabhuji, is it true that bhajan or bhojan dikha ke mat karo? Especially towards people who are envious, people who will not understand, especially unke samne nahi karna. You're right. Can we take our chanting bag in park and do chanting? Of course, why not? कर सकते हैं. Just watch around. People, your relatives should not report. क्या हो गया इसको? Okay, so there's a question asked in direct message without taking name. I like to address this. I would like to address that one of my relatives is into bad eating habits. How to bring him to Krishna consciousness? He believes in whatever practice we do, but himself is not fully convinced. No problem. You remain convinced. Okay, you remain convinced and keep giving prasad to that relative. And definitely, I've always seen that first Matajis come to Krishna consciousness. I was recently, yesterday talking to one Mataji. She's here also. That it takes time for the Prabhujis to come. First Matajis come to Krishna consciousness very nicely. And then seeing them getting inspired, then Prabhujis also come. They will come, don't worry. But the very fact that they have appreciation itself is a big thing. It's a good thing. So appreciate them for having appreciation for this practice.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for a wonderful class. It's always a treat to hear from you, Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam.
Oh, today I had 5 minutes extra also.
Yeah. So before ending the class, Prabhuji, I would like to request the audience, all the participants, that fourth day and fifth day quizzes are already circulated in the WhatsApp group. So please attend all quizzes. Thank you very much for your patient listening, and thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.